Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome here to another film review. Tonight we're looking at a classic, well, classic in my eyes. We're looking at the 4K release of Jaws 2. I've not done Jaws 1 on my channel, and it's simply because it's been done on so many channels. So we're looking at Jaws 2. Now, this came out in 1978, I believe, in the height of sort of like killer animal sort of films. We had Piranha, we had Jaws 2. So there was quite a few sort of killer animal films around that sort of time. And this is the 45th anniversary edition. It's just a standard Blu-ray. There's no special things about it. Universal release. It's just one disc, and that's it. This film sort of leads on from the second one, still in Amityville Island, and we join Roy Schneider's in it again as the police officer Brody. We join him and the gang back on the island. But I think this is supposed to be like years after the first one, because a Holiday Inn have turned up and built this massive hotel, and Chief Brody's got to go to this hotel for this grand opening, and sort of like, so he's there with his wife. I think his wife works there. She's got herself a job there, and the mayor's still there. I'm surprised he's still there after he still kept his job after what happened in the first film. But he's still there, and the Brodies are still there with their kids, and they've grown up a bit now. They've sort of grown up and in their teens, and they're at this opening, and it looks really pretty. It looks really cool on 4K, as you can see by the color contrast of the swimming pool and everything. It looks really cool. It looks really nice. Anyway, Chief Brody doesn't want to be there. He wants to be out and about. And in the sort of like when the film sort of starts, we're treated to some sort of underwater footage. Now the underwater footage in this film looks pretty poor. It's still very grainy and very foggy and misty. It hasn't been redone very well, and we see a couple of people around the Orca, which was the boat, wasn't it, from the first one? And they're there taking photographs, and they get attacked by a shark. So there's a shark out there. Obviously not the original one, but it's a new shark in the area. Excuse me. Yeah, and back at the party, they decide to go and head off home. The next day, we get treated to some nice views of Amity Island, and it looks really nice. And it's one of the police officers has got a boat, and he's there, and he says that there's been something like a sort of buoy that's been released where their boat was, where those two guys doing the photos. Should I go and take a look? So he gets sent off to have a look, and he retrieves like this camera that he finds, and it's the camera's taking photos while they were being attacked by a shark. And the Brody's sons and that they were on these boats. There's loads of teens in this film. It's like a teen horror flick, this one. They sort of twisted it around a bit, whereas the other one was more about the shark and the general public. This is more of a teen sort of a horror flick, and we get lots of see different teens. We get the nerdy two with the glasses, trying to get lucky with the girls, but they don't have any luck. And we get the good-looking cousin that comes there, and they all, they're all sort of like fancier and all this sort of thing. And you got your jocks. It's a typical sort of teens, and they all go out on their little yachts and the boats. So they're all sort of doing stuff like that. And we see other people enjoying themselves on the on the sea. We see like a girl who's like water skiing with her mum, I think. She's water skiing, And we see others sort of like canoodling in the grass, and they're all looking at this girl on her sort of like water skis, and it gets some really nice shots. Looks really pretty on 4K. And as she's water skiing, we see a clip of our shark's fin come out of the water, the classic sort of look, and it starts pursuing this girl on the water skis, and eventually it takes her down and sort of like kills her. And then the mother goes back looking for her, and all she can find is the water skis. So we've got victims. So we've still got victims, and now they're opening a big hotel, which is going to get more tourists there. And now all the youngers have all grown up to teens, and they're all out to yachting. So you can see where this is going to go. And the story sort of progresses down the lines where these teens get terrorised by this shark, because they get sort of marooned out in the middle, sort of like the bay. Chief Bird is going to try and save him, obviously, because his son are in there. And the shark sort of terrorises the island once again. And that's it, really. That's the story of Jaws 2. I'm not going to tell you the outcome, because you need to watch it and find out. What do I think of Jaws 2? It's a classic. It's a classic film. And for a sequel, it's as good as the original. Not as doesn't have as bigger impact as the original, because that was like one of the first of its kind. So the impact from Jaws was massive on people. But Jaws 2 as a sequel, absolutely fantastic. It could be a standalone film. It works well. Although it's very, very similar. You get the kills at the beginning. You get the girl that's, gets killed and all this sort of thing. And the police investigate it. No one believes him. This big hotel's open, so they don't want any publicity. You know what I mean? It's the same sort of premise as the first one. But it still works, and it works really, really well. And it led on to more films. There was Jaws 3 and 4, which I like both of them. They get a bit of slant in the other two, and I like them both. I think they're both charming in their own way. The pluses of this edition, it looks really nice. I wouldn't say the 4K transfer is impeccable, but it looks really nice. It gets a lot of flack on other reviews that I've seen, but I can't see why, because I think it looks really nice. Yes, the underwater scenes look pretty poor, but come on, you got to remember the cameras that were used in. They weren't used with HD cameras or anything, so it's the best they can do. But the ones that are outside the water look absolutely phenomenal. The colours are absolutely vibrant. The shark looks really cool. The blood looks cool, and there's nothing really to complain about it. It's a good story. It's a good sort of follow-on story from the second one. The first one, it does lead on, so that works out really well. Good cast, because we've got returning characters. It's a shame that that our man's not back in this. Richard Dreyfuss isn't back in this one, considering he survived the first one. But he's not in this one, which is a shame. That would have been cool. Minus is, it's quite short. It's not a long film. It lasts about an hour and 12 minutes, so it's not actually a long film. I mean, back in the day, if I went to see this in the cinema and paid, I probably would have been a bit, that's a bit short for the money. But I'm supposed back in the day, they used to put like another movie on with short movies, didn't they? You used to get like a little short movie or some cartoons along with the film. So I reckon that's what they probably did to beef it up a bit. Yeah, that's the only sort of negative. It's not very long. I'm going to score the film an amazing watch and give that a 9 out of 10. Yes, Jaws the original is a 10 out of 10 film, and it's dropped down a point just because it is a bit shorter than the other one, and the story is not too dissimilar to the first one, but that doesn't stop it from being a great movie. Really, really cool. Jaws 2, 9 out of 10. Any of you guys seen it? Let me know down below what you thought of it. It's a great franchise, a little bit underrated. Yes, everybody loves Jaws, and a lot of people, it's their favourite movie. But they seem to have neglected 2, 3 and 4, which are really cool films. And I'm surprised that in this day and age that they haven't made a Jaws 5. Excuse me, I'm so tired. That could actually work, a Jaws 5. I'd be up for that. But yeah, really, really cool. films, and like I said, it's a franchise that gets a little bit underlooked. The first film doesn't, but the other three do, and I think that's a bit of a shame. And number 4 stars Michael Caine. You know what I mean? So there's things to like about things, you know. So you just got to find things that you know, in it. Something like I say, when I go into films, I go in with zero expectation, so I come out normally quite enjoying it. And there we are, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this little review. I thought we'd have a little look at this since I've picked it up on 4K. Got some more reviews coming later in this month. I'm going to be doing a lot of horror films, but I'm going to be doing a few other films that are not horror as well, because I've got so many films that I want to review. Some classic films and some true story films. So hopefully you're going to get some of those over the next few weeks. Please check out some horror channels for me. Check out Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Man v Film, RS Designs, Pizzlewell, I'm the Ice Lord, Cat Watches Horror Movies. She's got a great channel. And a massive shout out to my lad, Lemon Lord. Hope you're doing well, mate. And I'll see you in a few weeks. He's coming up soon in November, so that's going to be great. Until then, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I'll see you all soon.